Hello, 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 and welcome to Kaylin's Corner. I'm your host, Kaylin, and this is my corner of the internet, where I talk about anything and everything that comes to mind. Thanks for joining me. I don't know what that little tone switch was at the end, but yeah, that's me. I hope this finds you well. I truly never know how to start these things because I just want to go off the dome and just, chat, talk. But I have trouble starting. I always have trouble starting. It doesn't matter what it is. I have trouble picking what I want to start, where I want to start, with who I want to start, if that's an option, you know. Anyway, but I hope the message is clear that I just have trouble starting, okay? I can make a task list, but what task do I want to start with? I don't know. So sometimes I just kind of gotta force myself to, which is why I didn't really give myself boundaries for this podcast that I started. Uh, just, talk about anything and everything. But then it's so daunting too, because it's like, well, there's so many things that you can talk about. So what are you going to talk about? Every episode is a mystery for both you and me because truly and honestly, I don't have a bullet list. I wanted to start doing this thing where, like, if I had a thought or came across a video or something that I thought, ooh, this would be fun to talk about on the podcast, I would put it in a note in my phone. However, I don't have anything in my notes. So, like, and well, okay, actually, that's a lie. I do have something in my notes, but it's from last week and I already brought it up. So it doesn't make sense to bring it up again. I don't have anything new. I don't have any new content that I would like to talk about specifically. So, yeah, we're just gonna go with the flow. Instead of me recording a podcast episode, I'm just gonna record myself talking to myself because I feel like I have some words in my brain that I want to release out into the world. However, the pressure of calling it a podcast recording really shrinks me down. But if I put if I put myself in the mindset of like no one else is going to hear this, only you are, then I'll become my most comfortable and authentic self. There's just there's just this underlying fear of being perceived, which honestly really sucks. Like I don't know 100% where it stems from. However, I do notice it in my day-to-day life and it has become a little crippling in some in some predicaments. However, in the environments that I am most comfortable in, I have noticed that I can be truly and authentically me, which is great because, character development. But when I shrink myself into a little ball because this is going to be a podcast episode, you need to watch what you're going to say. You need to choose your words wisely. Be careful of what you say and how you say it and who you say it to. There's so much pressure all the time. Maybe that's just me putting the pressure on myself. Perhaps my standards are too high. Perhaps I am too hard on myself. Which honestly, I I wouldn't be surprised if I was. I haven't heard anyone say that I'm too hard on myself recently, but I also haven't really spoken to many people, so it's hard for me to get that outside look in. I mean, I do talk to my immediate family, my household members, but it's never conversations like that. So I don't know. Plus, I don't even know if that's something that they have noticed. about me, considering it's mostly just my siblings, but they are people too. And people notice the darndest things. People will notice the smallest things that you wouldn't even imagine. But maybe that's just a projection of myself because I am very observant. I tend to notice it's the little things. The little things always add up. The math do be mathin' to create the bigger picture. At least that's how I see it now, anyway. It's the way you act. It's the way you act. It's the way you act, Pookie. Ugh. Oh, he is so funny. If you know, you know. If you know what I'm referring to, shout out to you. Maybe get off the internet a little bit, because if you're anything like me, you spend a lot of time on TikTok. But or just the internet in general, because videos are not only on TikTok. Just because I saw it on TikTok doesn't mean that it's only on TikTok. So it is Halloween weekend. It is the weekend before Halloween. And I don't have anything exciting planned aside from my Joji concert on Sunday. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see him perform. I kind of want to watch some videos from the tour to see like what it's like, but I also at the same time want to just wait to experience it myself, because I feel like if I watch videos beforehand, I'm gonna have like an expectation. Like when I went to the Steve Lacy concert back in June, I didn't watch any like TikToks or anything. I didn't check to see what the set list was. Oh, like I didn't check to see what people were wearing. I just picked my outfit, went with the vibes, and just had a fun time. Even I was recording almost the whole time, but I was vibing so hard. It was so much fun. I wish I could teleport myself there again. It would be like a dream. And that's kind of how I'm hoping the Joji concert goes. But, I don't want to set any expectations because then I'll just disappoint myself. So, whatever happens, happens. It's all in good fun and good music. Anyway, I'm a bit sleepy. I'm a bit eepy. I'm a bit annoyed at the moment too because let me fill you in on my life a little bit. So, I decided to order food because we're in an ingredient household right now and the ingredients aren't really matching up to make a meal. So I was like, fuck it, we'll order food today. It's fine. And my brother had mentioned getting chicken shawarma, and I was like, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. By the way, chicken shawarma. Anyway, that's besides the point. I was like, that sounds pretty good. I've never had it before. That should have been red flag number one. Like, why would you order food that you've never had before to your house? I mean, granted, hindsight is 2020, so like, this is just me reflecting on my experience I just had. But if you never had it before, why would you order it for delivery? That is like the worst case scenario to try food. Well, I mean, at least as opposed to ordering it and having it in restaurant, because then the food is hot when it comes out and like the plating is a lot better because they're actually trying because you're actually there. And I feel like trying food for the first time in a restaurant overall is just a better experience than trying food for the first time at home. Like even it, well, maybe if I don't know. I was gonna say maybe if you order it for pickup, it will come out better as opposed to like delivery because it could be like, oh well, I don't know, I gave it to the driver and blah blah blah. Like if you're ordering from like a third party app type of thing, anyway, like Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever other food delivery to Grubhub. That's the third one. There's always three. Things come in threes. I feel like. Anyway, I'm starting to derail a little bit. This is nice, just talking aloud. This is what I want my podcast to be, but it's so scary for some reason. Like, I make it scarier than it needs to be. I feel like I'm also jumping back and forth from topic to topic too freely, I feel. I still feel like trying food for the first time should be, well, I mean, this is now. This is my opinion that I am forming now in this current moment that I am recording. I feel as though trying a new food should be reserved for like an in-house experience. Like, the food is made nearby, whether it be at home or in a restaurant, because you can try food for the first time and have someone else make it for you, like at their house or at your house. You don't have to go to a restaurant to try new food. You can make it yourself. I mean, are you going to know how to base it? Like, what to base it off of? Maybe not, depending on what it is. Like, if you're trying a whole new genre of food, is that the right word to use? Genre? Foods don't come in genres. This is so embarrassing. Well, no, I don't know. I feel like genre could be but that sounds silly. That's just silly. Silly goose activity. Can, like, but how, like, a different category, a different kind? Like, okay, let's look up the definition of genre. A category. Oh. Sorry, I didn't finish reading the definition, but I sorry, the noises are throwing me off a little bit because I'm hearing myself after the fact, and it's making me cringe because I can only imagine what it sounds like directly into the mic. So I'm sorry, but anyway, I started reading the definition. Genre, a category of artistic composition, as in music or literature, characterized by similarities in form, style, or subject matter. So you wouldn't use the word genre to to talk about food, which, okay, a mistake that I won't make again because that was embarrassing. Really embarrassing, innit? But so I guess but like, okay, so let's look up genre synonyms because now I'm intrigued. What word can I use instead? But like, category, class, classification, categorization, group, grouping, bracket, ba 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 ba. Meh. Head, heading, list, listing, set, type, sort, kind, variety, species, breed, style, brand, make, model, family, school, stamp, caste, ilk, kidney, division, section, department, compartment. Where did y'all get the word kidney? Like, kidney is a synonym for genre? Kidney. Each of a pair of organs in the abdominal cavity of mammals, birds, and reptiles excreting urine. The shape of a kidney, ox, or pig as food. Temperament, nature, or kind. I hope that he would not prove of similar kidney. Oh, I see. Temperament. Temperament, yeah, no. It's so sometimes, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Sometimes when I see a word spelled out and I stare at it for too long, I convince myself that it's not the word that I originally thought when I read it the first time. Like, I saw the word temperament on my phone and I literally sounded out temperament. Because I don't know, maybe it's because I'm so used to just talking and not reading and thinking about the way words are spelled that when I do finally get a look at them, I'm like, is that really how you're spelled? Like, I don't know why this was the first thing that came to mind, but when I learned how to spell the word lasagna, why is there a G in there? Well, lasagna. Lasagna. If you watch The Basement Yard, you know what that's in reference to. Shout out to Frankie. Lasagna. I was like, what the fuck? It didn't make sense to me in the moment. I mean, I guess now it's like, oh, I see why the G is in there, but like lasagna. Lasagna? Lasagna. Lasagna. I like the word lasagna. I also like lasagna. Throwing silent G's at you. That reminds me of that one segment in I don't know the name of the podcast, but there was a guy I don't even know his name where he was calling Tupperware because it looks like a tub. And honestly, I get it. Tupperware and like Tupper, it's like kind of close enough to where it's like if you say it fast enough, you're not sure which letter it is. But Tupperware. No, like yeah, Tupperware. No, you can notice the difference. I can. I'm also the one that's saying it though, so that's just my ego doing her thing. I feel like, but you know, it's I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. Anyway, what was I talking about? I was talking about a lot of things. I've just been rambling and talking and singing and just doing my thing, living my life. And you're here listening to me, whoever that may be. Whether it's just me, because I did say this was going to be a recording for me, or if it's my podcast users? I wouldn't call you users, I'd be podcast listeners. See, we gotta up the vocab because I don't know what's going on in my brain right now, but the words are not wording. Like, I can't think of the right word to use in the moment, and it's not until the words come out of my mouth that I can think of a synonym, like, or just the proper term rather. But I feel like I do tend to do this thing where like I'll think of a sentence in my head, but I'll paraphrase it before, like I'll paraphrase that same sentence when I go to say it aloud. Does that make sense? Like I have idea, but the way I execute idea is not exactly how I thought. Like I didn't follow the blueprint, basically. I did my own thing. I did a little DIY on the way. And it kind of annoys me. I don't do it on purpose. At least I don't think I do it on purpose. Man, listen, I don't know. I'm just vibing. I'm just living my life. I'm the one pressuring my own existence right now. So I gotta take it down a notch. But yeah, that's just a little bit about me. Yeah. My brain will paraphrase things for me before I say them aloud. Sometimes I feel like, or maybe even a lot of times, things just sound so much better in my head. Like everything goes perfectly in my head, but then life just has other plans. And is that to teach me something? Or am I just searching for a lesson in everything that happens? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I don't have anyone else to ask their opinion on it. So, tis a mystery. But what do you wait? What did I even ask? I was gonna. I love how I. What do you think? Like this has become a podcast episode all of a sudden. All of a sudden, this is a podcast episode for real. How long have I been recording anyway? 20 minutes. Been recording for 20 minutes without the intention of actually posting this. I don't know where the British accent came from either. Whatever. Alright. Let's come back. Yeah. Boy, was I rambling for quite a bit. Now the horses are coming to a heed. They're coming to a stop. E.T. phone home. I just clipped my tiny microphone to the tip of my finger, and it reminded me of E.T. I haven't seen that movie in forever. What? Hold on, sorry. Is E.T. a holiday movie? Like, I don't even remember the extraterrestrial. Because I don't know, like, for some reason it's giving. Maybe it's just because it's Halloween weekend. It's giving, like, Halloween vibes. But let's read what Google has to say. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. 1982 drama sci-fi movie, an hour and 45 minutes long. 7.9 out of 10 IMDb, 99% Rotten Tomatoes, and 5 out of 5 Common Sense. Common Sense? Who even are you? Anyway, after a gentle alien becomes stranded on Earth, the being is discovered and befriended by a young boy named Elliot, played by Henry Thomas. Bringing the extraterrestrial to his suburban California house, Elliot introduces E.T., as the alien is dubbed, to his brother and little sister, Gertie, aka Drew Barrymore, and the children decide to keep its existence a secret. Soon, however, E.T. falls ill, resulting in government intervention and a dire situation for both Elliot and the alien. Oh wow. You know, I've definitely seen E.T. Or at least I feel like I have. Although I don't have any working memory of the movie besides them like flying past the moon in the bikes. Like I don't remember voices or the plot line. Like I was surprised while I was reading the synopsis. Not the synopsis. Well, that's not what it's called, is it? Well, the synopsis is a summary, no? Synopsis. Definition. A brief summary or general survey of something. A synopsis of the accident. An outline of the plot of a book, play, movie, or episode of a television show. I was right. I just tend to second guess myself a bit more frequently than I should, maybe. It's like a lack of faith thing, I feel like. Lack of faith in myself, in my knowledge. Why am I this way? Not really sure. But we're working on it. Life is a work in progress. And when there's no progress, you become depressed. I don't know. I'm just saying things that just came out. Listen. Sometimes I have a thought and I just say it aloud. And that's exactly what that was.